Doctor explains, 4 best fruits to lower blood sugar and A1C naturally. Hello everyone, I am Dr. David. I want you to take a few seconds to remember the last time you sat in a doctor's office. Do you remember that cold chill down your spine when the doctor sitting across from you sighed, then slowly pushed the lab results across the desk? Those fasting blood sugar numbers, and especially the A1C index, they are not just meaningless numbers. They are evidence that your body is tired, struggling to cope with every single daily meal. You walked out of the office with a long list of things not to eat. One of the most haunting things I have ever heard a patient tell me is, "Doctor, they told me that from now on I must completely give up fruit, because fruit is sugar, and sugar is poison for people with diabetes." Today, as a geriatrician who has spent an entire career studying aging and metabolism, I am here to tell you, that is an extremely harmful half-truth. Completely cutting out fruit not only makes life lose its flavor, but in reality, it causes you to miss out on the most powerful natural medicines capable of reversing insulin resistance. Fruit is not just sugar. It is a complex matrix of fiber, polyphenol, and biological compounds that no Western medicine can perfectly simulate. We will break these old misunderstandings together. Before I dive deep into analyzing the 4 golden fruits capable of completely changing your blood sugar chart, I have a small request. Please take 1 second to click the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it. Why? Because in this world full of chaotic information, knowledge based on evidence-based medicine is the only compass to keep you on the right track. Please leave a comment below. I want to control my blood sugar, along with the city where you live. I read every comment and it helps me better understand the community I am serving. Fruit number 4, tiny diamonds, the berries family. Let's start with the smallest things that have the most powerful impact on insulin resistance. Berries, including blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and mulberries. Why do I call them diamonds? The secret lies in the pigments that create their deep purple, blue, and red colors, a compound called anthocyanin. In medicine, we consider anthocyanin as a smart messenger. When you eat berries, these compounds enter the bloodstream and activate glucose transporter proteins. Imagine your cells are a house with the doors tightly locked, and insulin is the person holding the key. In people with diabetes, the lock is rusted insulin resistance. Anthocyanin acts as an extremely powerful rust remover, helping insulin open the door more easily, moving sugar from the blood into the cells to create energy instead of letting it wander and destroy your blood vessels. Research from Harvard University on 200,000 people showed a shocking result. Those who consumed at least 2 servings of blueberries per week had a 23% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who did not. Blueberries contain only about 84 calories per cup, but have the ability to improve insulin sensitivity by up to 22%. Raspberries. This is the king of fiber. 1 cup of raspberries provides up to 8 g of fiber. Remember this number, because fiber is the miraculous brake. It wraps around sugar molecules in the gut, preventing them from rushing into the bloodstream, thereby completely neutralizing post-meal blood sugar spikes. Many patients tell me, "Doctor, I drink blueberry juice every morning." I often have to exclaim, "Stop right now." When you squeeze for juice, you have thrown the protective armor of fiber into the trash. What you drink at that time is just concentrated sugar water. It will make your blood sugar soar like a rocket. Eat the whole fruit. If fresh fruit is not available, frozen fruit is a great option. In fact, frozen fruit is often picked at the peak of ripeness and frozen immediately, helping to preserve higher levels of antioxidants than fresh fruit left on supermarket shelves for a long time. I vividly remember the case of Mrs. Sandra, a 58-year-old office manager. When she came to see me, her fasting blood sugar was always at 140 to 150 mg/dl. She was so afraid to eat that she lost weight, but her sugar still did not decrease. I asked her to add 1 cup of strawberries and blueberries to her breakfast along with unsweetened Greek yogurt. After only 6 weeks, that number dropped to 112 milligrams per deciliter. Sandra told me, "Dr. David, for the first time in many years, I no longer feel brain fog in the afternoon." Fruit number 3. Avocado, the great outsider. Next is a fruit that I believe every diabetic's refrigerator should have. That is the avocado. Many people wonder, is avocado good, doctor, since it is so fatty? The nutritional structure of avocado is completely opposite to almost all other fruits on Earth. While most fruits contain carbohydrates, avocados contain good fats. An average avocado has about 17 g of carbs. But do not panic. Up to 13 g of that is original fiber. This means the net carb, the actual amount of sugar entering the blood, is only about 4 g. This is an extremely safe number, almost zero for the glycemic index, GI. People with diabetes often have problems with belly fat, a type of visceral fat that secretes inflammatory substances, making insulin resistance worse. The monounsaturated fats in avocados, similar to olive oil, not only keep the heart healthy but also have the ability to dissipate this toxic fat. In particular, scientists have recently found an extremely rare compound called avocatin B, AVO-B, in avocados. This compound directly targets incomplete fat oxidation in muscles and the pancreas, the root cause of type 2 diabetes. By repairing this process, avocados help your body burn sugar more efficiently. Avocados have a special power, the ability to slow down. When you eat a slice of bread carb, blood sugar will increase quickly. But if you spread half an avocado on that slice, the fat and fiber of the avocado will wrap around the carbs from the bread, slowing down the digestion process of the entire meal. The result is that your blood sugar chart will follow a gentle curve instead of a steep cliff. I have a patient named Richard, a retired firefighter. He loves eating avocados but used to buy pre-made guacamole sauce at the supermarket. After a month, his blood sugar was still high. When checking the labels, we discovered that sauce was full of sugar and modified starch to create thickness. The advice? Mash the avocado yourself at home. A little sea salt, a little lemon, and a few cherry tomato slices. That is the ultimate weapon for your health. Fruit number 2, an apple a day. Not just a rumor. There is an old Western saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. As a doctor, I do not feel offended at all when hearing this, because modern medicine has proven it has a completely solid foundation, especially for those fighting type 2 diabetes. Why do apples have such a great ability to manage blood sugar? The secret lies in 2 key compounds, pectin and quercetin. Pectin. This is a miraculous type of soluble fiber. When entering the digestive system, it turns into a slimy gel form, wrapping around other food and slowing down the absorption of sugar into the blood. It is like a dedicated gatekeeper, only allowing sugar to enter the blood in a slow, steady trickle. Quercetin. This is a type of flavonoid concentrated mainly in the skin. Clinical studies show that quercetin has the ability to prevent digestive enzymes from breaking down starch into simple sugars, while also protecting the beta cells in the pancreas, where insulin is produced, from the attack of free radicals. The biggest mistake I see my patients often make is peeling the apple. I understand you are worried about pesticides, but when you remove the skin, you have thrown away up to 80% of the antioxidants and most of the most precious fiber. The apple skin contains polyphenol that stimulate insulin receptors on the cell surface. Imagine your cells are like a rusted lock, and the compounds in the apple skin are the lubricant that helps the insulin key open the door more easily. Not all apples are the same. If you are in a stage where you need strict blood sugar control, prioritize Granny Smith apples, green apples. This type of apple has the lowest natural sugar content, a fresh sour taste, and the lowest glycemic index, GI, among apple varieties. To optimize blood sugar control, I often advise patients to perform this combination. A sliced green apple plus 1 tablespoon of almond butter plus a little cinnamon powder. Almond butter provides good fats and protein to slow down digestion even further. Cinnamon powder. This is a miraculous catalyst that has been proven to mimic insulin, helping sugar enter cells faster. Fruit number 1. The silent champion, pears. We have reached the number 1 position. You might be surprised, as pears are often overshadowed by apples or other fruits. But in geriatric and metabolic medicine, the pear is a gem that few people know how to exploit. If the apple is the gatekeeper, then the pear is the chief engineer of the digestive system. An average pear contains up to 5.5 g of fiber, significantly higher than most other common fruits. Do you ever notice that when eating pears, we often feel tiny, slightly rough grains on the tongue? In medicine, we call those stone cells. These are actually an extremely stable form of insoluble fiber. They not only help clean the intestines but also create a matrix that prevents the absorption of cholesterol and sugar extremely effectively. The latest research shows that pears contain special prebiotic fibers, which are the favorite food of beneficial bacteria in the gut. When your microbiome is healthy, they secrete short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, that help enhance systemic insulin sensitivity. A study published in the journal Nutrition and Metabolism showed that regular pear consumption significantly reduced inflammatory markers in the body, the source of all diabetic complications. Pears are a difficult fruit. They do not ripen on the tree. If you eat a pear picked directly from the tree, it will be hard and acrid. Pears need to be picked when green and ripened gradually at room temperature. How to choose? Choose pears that are still firm to the touch. Do not choose overripe, mushy fruit because at that time the fructose sugar level has reached its peak and the fiber begins to break down. Check ripeness. Gently press the neck of the fruit near the stem. If it yields slightly under the pressure of your finger, that is the golden moment, when the flavor peaks and the blood sugar index is still at a safe level. After going through these 4 wonderful fruits, I want you to remember one thing. Knowledge is only power when you apply it correctly. Do not just eat one type of fruit. Each fruit has its own chemical color code. The green of avocado, the red-purple of berries, the yellow-green of pears. Diverse combinations will help your body receive a full range of different polyphenol, creating a comprehensive cell protection network. Although science says these fruits are good, every person's body is unique. Some people have very beautiful blood sugar after eating apples, but others react better to avocados. My strategy is, measure your blood sugar 2 hours after eating a new type of fruit. If the number does not increase by more than 30 to 40 mg/dl compared to before eating, that is your friend. Fruit is good, but that does not mean eating it excessively. Digestive system. Due to the very high fiber content, if you are going from not eating fruit to eating too much, you may experience bloating or gas. Start slowly. Drug interactions. Be especially careful if you are taking blood thinners, like warfarin. These fruits contain vitamin K, which can change the effectiveness of the medication. Always consult your treating physician if you intend to change your diet abruptly. Dear friends, the journey to control diabetes or prediabetes is not a life sentence with bland meals and miserable abstinence. It is actually an opportunity for you to learn to love your body more, to learn to choose the most refined things from nature to nourish longevity. Fruit is not the enemy. The real enemy is ignorance and processed foods. When you hold an apple or a pear in your hand, remember that you are holding a powerful biological pill that Mother Nature has perfectly formulated over millions of years. If you have persistently followed until this very moment of part 2, I truly admire your spirit for health. Please write in the comments, I watched until the end. This is a way for us to connect with each other, and also a way to spread this message to more people. After listening to this video, which fruit do you feel most confident about eating? Do you have any secrets to make them taste better? Please share your story. I will directly read and respond. I am Dr. David, your geriatric expert. Thank you for your trust and companionship. Remember, the smallest changes, when made consistently, will create the greatest results. Goodbye. I wish you always maintain the ideal blood sugar level, and I will see you again in the next in-depth sharing videos. Live healthy, live long, and live happy.